All right, I'm just going to run through some of the basics of using GoToTraining, and this is by no means an exhaustive list. And primarily, we want to just focus on this piece right here. I generally use PowerPoint in the background of mine, so because that's where I put my problems. But this piece here that I keep moving around is the big one. So you can see that right now the green thing is highlighted, which means I am talking naturally. If I need to mute myself, I can turn that off. I mute myself a lot because students don't want to hear me. Now the audience view, you can see what students see. So right now, if students were logged on, they would simply see this train now piece. They don't actually see my screen. They won't see my screen until I hit this button, which becomes sharing my screen. So now they would see my background or whatever else I have on. So you want to make sure that you have your screen sharing on, and the big thing is the start recording button. Make sure, well, I always record mine and post my videos later so that students who miss class can watch it later, or if they just want to rewatch, they can. So that's kind of a big piece. I like that I can see what students are here. You can also see if they raise their hand. If they're inactive, it will show a little red piece here. You can unmute and mute all of your people based off of things, which is nice. I generally ask them to mute themselves. That way, if they want to unmute themselves to talk, it's a whole lot easier. We also have this chat button at the bottom. I usually pull that out and create a separate piece because a lot of my students prefer to chat and they don't necessarily like to talk. So I have the chat feature available, and then I have the attendees open because I like to see who's all in there, and then I can chat so I can see both of these screens. It does take up a lot of room, but I have two monitors, so I usually put these pieces on my second monitor and just show the main screen. Here with my drawing tools, you can erase, you can choose your different colors. You do have to make sure, so right now I have my pen. Oop, I don't have my pen on. There we go. Now I'm in my pen. I can draw all over the place. I can erase. But if you are using a PowerPoint, in order to advance screens, you've got to go back to normal non-drawing mode before you can advance your screen. If you have your pen or your highlighter or any of these tools on, the writing tools, it won't allow you to advance your screen. So that's one thing. You can check so that you can give your students access to draw. I do that. Sometimes they don't usually like to. I have very shy students, it seems. But that's, really maybe up to you what you want to do. There is a way to do add activities. You can add different documents and different things, and if you'd like different materials, you do that not from you can do it from this page, manage materials, but when you set up your course in GoToTraining, there's a spot for you to add pieces. That's also where you can add your polls and your tests. So you need to create those. If you want to use polls or tests, you need to create those within the GoToTraining file and not within the screen. So once you've started the training, which is all of this piece that we're looking at now, all of those things need to already be built in through the GoToTraining website. So that's kind of the big piece there. So you want to just make sure that you share your screen, you start recording, and you're using your different tools, changing your pen color and whatnot. When you're done and you're ready to, after you record and you stop recording, when you close out of GoToTraining, it will automatically pop up on your screen. So if I do that, I record for a little bit, I stop recording. Now, if I close out of GoToTraining, do I want to end this? Yes. Hopefully this works, right? It will show up here. Do you give a training? Of course, let's give it an 8 because it was a great training. Great. Where's what I was looking for? There it is. Okay, so you get this button here. This last one, GoToTraining now, Tuesday 1/9. I can convert the recording, and that will allow you to convert it to a YouTube video, and that YouTube video takes, that's a link. It's stored in an outside server, so it takes up less space in your course than if you use these MP4s. So you want to make sure that you convert those. So you can see all of these down here, all things that I've converted in the past, and of course a few that I didn't convert for whatever reason. So that's kind of an overview of a little bit of GoToTraining.